Hello, everyone. So we are going to go over the CSP or onboarding process. Welcome to DC Virtual Services Incorporated, www.partnershipwithdc.com. So if you're watching this video, you are anticipating in becoming a client support professional with DC Virtual Services Incorporated. You will be a self-employed business owner partnered with DC Virtual Services as a call center agent. So we are going to go over the information. I'm not going to go over all the information on each slide. I'm going to go over the important parts. Feel free to press and pause and take screenshots if need be. So let's get started. So again, welcome to DC Virtual Services Incorporated. Our agenda is, of course, the welcome and what is a client support professional. We are going to go over a little information about Arise Virtual Solutions. And we're going to get into the important information such as the offer, orientation, and how to make money and start earning revenue with DCVS. Wait a minute. Let's see. Okay. So therefore. So what is Arise Virtual Solutions? So Arise Virtual Solutions, was created in 1994. It was a company that allows and help people that was disabled an opportunity to work at home and earn an income. A lot of times when someone is disabled or not able to work as much, they just strictly get Social Security and things like that. But we know with Social Security, it's a limited income. But however, the Social Security office will allow you to work a little bit more than what you're actually, getting from them. So you'll be able to add additional income without it hurting your Social Security. So what Arise Virtual Solutions allowed was able to help disabled people to earn more income and things of that nature. And since 1994 to 2021, it has become a leading provider of virtual business services. So everyone, especially now since the pandemic, everyone is working at home, and Arise was able to have their expertise for starting to one place to another to allow people to work at home no matter what situation that they are going through. So again, Arise provides contact support services in many Fortune 500 companies. DC Virtual Services allow you to work as your own boss. So you'll be included as for example, as a CSP, you will be working under our call center of an IBO. And IBO is an independent business owner, but you have to be incorporated with an LLC, or a C corporation, or S corporation. But the beauty about Arise Virtual Solutions, you could work as a partner with a business that has a call center. So you will be working with us as a CSP. And notice I said working with us and not working for us. Again, you are your own business. You'll be able to choose your client, your schedule, and your financial benefits as a business owner. So the beauty about that, everyone, it allows you to be able to have that work and life balance. And that's the motto at DC Virtual Services, is creating that the life balance virtually as much as possible. So to work with Arise Virtual Solutions and partner with DC Virtual Services, it is 4 steps to contract. Steps, I guess I didn't put the 4 steps in here because you'll get more in detail as you get close to contracting. So the contracting offer, so this is important. This starts the foundation, especially you've never been working for yourselves. This starts that foundation. So with DC Virtual Services, the key is creating multiple incomes and things of that nature. This is going to be a foundation for you. So with a contracting offer with DCVS, you will have to go through what is called a process. And this will just allow us to know whether or not that you fit with this. And it will also let you know whether or not you would like to move forward. So not only people, I don't try to recruit everybody. I don't try to, partner with everybody. This is not what this type of company is. This company is here for the ones that need it and the ones that want it. So with the contracting offer, you will have to go through a written, video, and personal interview. So first you will go through the written interview. It's like a survey. You fill it out. Once we receive that and everything looks good with that, since this is 100% virtual, you will go through a video interview. So we'll know, who we're moving forward with. And we can always, also, I say always, but also study the body language, because things that's written may not be the things that we see. So we like to do a video interview based on your time. So you'll get a link, record it, and send it back to us. And then last but not least, when it's time to move forward and the time to, get ready for that contract, you will get that last personal interview. You'll get a call from me or one of my representatives, and we'll go through some questions and, and just move forward. So once we move forward after the personal interview, you will receive a contracting email. Again, it will be sent by a DC Virtual Service representative, and you will have to secure the necessary deposits for orientation and tools. So orientation is $11. So to lock your spot in, we will have a physical orientation for about a couple hours to go through the contracting process as far as Arise Virtual Services, Arise Virtual Solutions portion of it. So because you got to go on their website, fill it out, and things of that nature. We'll go over some information. So that orientation, that's $11 to lock you in to make sure you're serious. As a business owner, you do have to invest. You have to invest. That's the most important portion of it. But everything, as a business owner, everything is tax deducted. So again, you'll pay for orientation. You'll pay for your tools. DC Virtual Services use various tools that allow you to move this smoothly. So if you decide to become an IBO on your own, you'll have the foundation. You'll be able to move forward. So we do have some tools for you, and some tools to make it smooth transition as an employee to a business owner. So you will receive the contracting offer, and you also have to secure the necessary deposits when that time comes. With the contracting email, you will receive a welcome letter, or orientation deposit invoice, or orientation confirmation, a CSP sponsorship package. So DC Virtual Services help others that's in need that may not have the financing for their courses. So when you contract with DCVS, or you contract with these clients with the Rise, you must have a how can I put it? You must have a certification. So some people may not be able to pay that upfront. We have a sponsorship that will help you pay that in increments. We will send the equipment requirements. So we'll send the equipment requirements the second time. We will send a teachable module, which, you probably watching now, and a DocuSign information as well. So CSP Orientation. So CSP Orientation is very important. It gives you the feel of how certification is going to be. It's in the same, how can I put it? It's going to be in the same atmosphere as certification once you move forward with a client. And orientation with DC Virtual Services is a foundation for the career as a self-employed contractor. We will have information that's used with both Arise and other clients that you may contract as a business owner, like I was saying earlier. Orientation is 4 days of instruction, and the fifth day is a wrap-up and graduation for pre-certification. The fifth day is optional, which you'll have an extra day of catching up and recognition. Orientation is a requirement of contracting with DC Virtual Services, so this is going to be about a couple hours. Well, I say, on here it says 4 hours a day, but depending on who's in there and how many is in there in that particular orientation, it may not take that long, but 4 hours max. So it's going to be 5 days in total. The 5th day is going to be optional. We will have steps that we have to get through. The 5th day, we have to wrap everything up and move forward. So day 1 through 4 is 4 hours per day, which again may be shorter. You will receive your payroll form. You will receive your IBO CSP responsibility form, the work at home checklist, and so on and so forth. You are going to receive everything day 1 through 4, and day 5 is wrap up and graduation. Whoever graduate orientation will be mailed supplies for client certification, including a gift card for lunch. So we're going to reward as an incentive. If you go through orientation smooth, you get everything done, get your client certification, you're going to get mailed your supplies that you need to start. And so supplies that you would need for orientation is PC, an internet, USB headset, 1 notebook, 2 e-pens, and 1 highlighter. Once everything gets situated, we may do physical classes depending on how many people that we have in that particular orientation. But it's exciting. It's getting you prepared for certification. So once you get into certification, everyone, you will be ahead of everybody else. Because a lot of people coming into your certification never did anything like this. They never worked at home. They never worked with a RISE. So when you go in, you want to be a step ahead. And with a RISE, you do have management opportunities with these clients. So you want to be prepared as much as possible. So that's why we have orientation. So you may say, why is orientation $11, right? Why is it totals up to $25, which was go through that information when that time comes. But why is there a fee? So with anything that you do, is some kind of money in it if you invest in yourself, or it's going to be time. So you're either going to pay with either time, you're going to need to pay with money in order to build something. You got to give that energy some momentum. So it's not anything, it's like a saying, it's no free lunch. It's not anything in this world that you're not going to have to invest in for yourself. When you go and clock into a 9 to 5, the employer does everything. They invest in things of that nature in order for you to get that paycheck, which is not all you spending more energy than time. You trade it in. So as a business owner, you setting, having to spend your time working for somebody else, you're working for yourself based on your own terms. So with that being said, DC Virtual Services, we are a multi-faceted company, which means we have other things to do. So to make sure that you're serious with our time, we have that fee that locks it in. So if anything happens, it gives you some accountability. So that's why we have the fees. As far as the tools fees, we use expensive tools here. And again, we're taking that overhead from you, but you will have a little overhead as a business owner to move forward. So again, that was just a side note. But CSP orientation again is going to be a total of 5 days. Day 1 through 4, we'll go through the official onboarding, and day 5 is graduation and wrap up. And again, you will receive your tools for clients and certification, including a gift card for lunch. You may say, are you paying with that $25? Are you paying for the mail supply for client certification? No, you're not. How can I put it? You will need supplies like you going to school. You're going to receive that at no additional cost, and the gift card no additional cost. The $25 is going towards your tools to move forward after certification. So once you get into production, you're securing your production tools, and you in that proportion securing orientation as far as the instruction part, because we having people take their time and energy to go over this information, and if you don't show up, then it's a waste of our time and energy, right? So there's so much of that. Let's move forward. A little bit more about CSP orientation. Orientation is required by all clients that's enrolling into DCVS as a client support professional. There's no way around it. You have to go. We have to be on one accord. We have to move the same. And I have to give you the same opportunity to move forward. So orientation is required. No way around that. In order to complete orientation, you must be enrolled into a RISE client, and be preparing for certification. So at the end, probably like day 2, day 3, you will be already enrolled into a RISE client. Moving forward, client certification will be chosen based on the CSP choice, which will help will be given to those that qualify. So if you need help with the certification course fees, you will be able to inquire financing for that. Each client certification has different days and times, so not each client is different based on their company, and we just help them move forward. CSP may choose the vendor for the equipment, so you will receive a list of what type of equipment that you need. All equipment is required the first day of certification. So the first day that you start learning that information for that client, you need all your equipment. Supplies will be given after graduation for certification, which is a 3-subject notebook, 2 EPs, 2 highlighters, 1 calendar, 1 small notebook, and things of that nature. So they will be sent to you with your certificate of completion and a gift card in the mail. All computers and hardware is supplied by you, no exceptions. I will supply you the information on how to get the proper equipment, but I will not supply hardware and equipment. Purchase it, rent it. Just keep the receipts once you purchase it, and write it off on your taxes. As far as the hardware and the equipment, that is your responsibility as a business owner. Those that's not enrolled into a client certification or does not finish all 4 days will have to reschedule orientation for a later time, and this will occur a fee. So let's say you get halfway through the orientation and you don't finish it, so for some reason you will be able to reschedule, but it will be a fee, and it's a certain amount of times that you will be able to reschedule, and I think it's like a $5 fee or something like that, but you'll have to pay that fee in order to reschedule. No exceptions. Tools for contracting. So you will receive a company email. You will receive a bank account that will be used for your self-employment. To keep everything safe and sound with DC Virtual Services, you are required to have a current bank, and it's called Current Bank, and you can go on our YouTube page and check out the bank. But as a U.S. agent, I don't want your personal bank account. I don't want it. I don't want you sending it to me. I don't want it. I want you to be able to have a bank account for your self-employment money and your personal money. It's important to have it like that. Eventually, as you grow, you'll get a business bank account, but starting with DC Virtual Services, you will get a current bank account and no additional cost. I think when you fill it out, when you go and fill out the information, you get $1 in your account just because you started an account. So it starts you off, right? You will receive a current bank. What DC Virtual Service will do, you will fill out direct deposit information with your current bank, and we'll do a test deposit and make sure everything goes in correctly. So we'll do like 10 cents or something like that to test the bank account and make sure everything goes in properly, and it will move forward. But you will not be giving me any kind of personal bank accounts. I don't care who you bank with. Just connect it to the current bank account that you have. If you want to transfer money, that's fine. As far as the invoicing and payroll, we will be using Veeam. Veeam will be used. So what you would do, we'll have your information as far as you clocking in, clocking out. We do use that for time tracking. Are you an employee? No, you're not. But to keep everything smooth for you, to make sure you're paid properly, because you're working with another client. So this is a Fortune 500 company. They got employees themselves, right? But they have you as a business owner to work with them. So if your hours, you saying you working this many hours, and they have a certain amount of hours that you working, I wanted to have some kind of extra layer of protection for everybody, right? So we will use ClockFi. You will use Veeam to let me know what hours that you say you work. So let's say every week you work 30 hours, so you're gonna send me an invoice for 30 hours in Veeam. I will have your information as far as what you worked, as far as you clocking in, and then you get paid just like that from the client. So everybody got something, for them. And things like that. Skype will be used for tech issues, one-on-one coaching, general questions to DCVS. We will use Google Forms such as for scheduling, punch change, and tech issues. So I don't pick your schedule. Whatever schedule you need to have, that's fine. I require at least 25 hours if you're part-time. If you're full-time, 40 hours, please. You need at least 25 hours to make sure all your ducks is in a row, so it is required. If you work in an additional job, right, the lowest hours, the minimum hours that you could work is 15 hours if you work in a 9 to 5 or another business and things like that. So we will have the scheduling, so I know the schedule in advance, and then punch change. So if you need to make, let's say you punched out a different way, and you need a punch change form and tech issues. Let's say you have tech issues with the client, right? Let's say you and the client, you having some tech issues with the sound and things of that nature. You would do a tech issue form with DC Virtual Services and go to Ava, which you'll know what Ava is once you move forward, and document it. So you have 2 documentations, right? Equity scheduling will be scheduling for coaches and meetings, and free conference call for anything for classes, one-on-one, so on and so forth. Excuse me. Talking too much. Okay, so I don't have too much longer. Okay, so CSP contracted incentives. Woo! So you will receive incentives. Again, you're not employed with DC Virtual Services, but you are a business owner. So with business owners, as a contractor, as a partner with us, you will receive what is called incentives. So it's not benefits, but incentives. So just partnering with us, we're going to give you perks. Why not? So clients that are contracted with the Rise Virtual Solutions, again, is considered to be a client support professional. CSPs can work at home with vendors under DCVS, again, through a SOW or a statement of work. Again, you get to work with telecommunications and so on and so forth. The pay for services is between $9 and $16 an hour with flexible scheduling. And again, I haven't seen anything that was no less than about $12 an hour. That says $9, but that's on low end. I haven't seen, especially if people been working at home more than often. So right now we have a company that's right now in the door coming in at $14 an hour, maxing out at $16. So you get to pick your own schedule, you get to pick your own clients, so you'll know how much they make before you even, work for them, and then move forward. So, again, the scheduling, as far as their turns when they work, that's all up to them, and the fee you just, the revenue you just pick how you want to pick it. DCVS has incentives exclusively for partnering with us. You will receive a virtual assistant, so you will have a virtual assistant to handle all your administrative duties, such as administrative services, support services, data processing, record keeping, investigation, and etc. So we got to do some record keeping for you. We're going to take care of that. Just let us know what we need to do, and we'll move forward with that. You will receive a free checking account, like I was stating earlier. You will receive, as an incentive, health and life insurance. So if you want to get health and life insurance for your, for yourself or for your family, we will be able to point you to the right direction, I should say, for you. You can get roadside assistance. So if you decide you want some roadside assistance, we do have a way for you to get roadside assistance. Everyone gets shopping discounts. Bitcoin, gold purchasing, intuitive services. So if you want to get a psychic reading or something like that, we do have that for you. And things of that nature at exclusive pricing just because you contracted with us. And you will be able, again, the beauty of this, y'all, is the ability to create a brand outside of DC Virtual Services with connection with various industries. So again, your own business, right? DC Virtual Services is a client that you're basically a partner that you're working with. But this is a foundation. If you want to go out and go sell insurance, or you want to go out and create you a Amazon business, that's all up to you. A boutique. This is a foundation for you to get started. And anything that you would like to do on the outside of DC Virtual Services, we are here to help. We know people in various places and things of that nature, and we will get you taken care of on how you how you want to move forward with us. So DC Virtual Services communication. This is a very, 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 very important. There will be several ways that DCVS partners will communicate among the brand, which is the DCVS Outlook email, telephone, Skype, free conference call, WebEx. All meetings will be recorded. All meetings are mandatory when they are mandatory. And we really don't have a lot of mandatory meetings as every quarter. We have one, but not often. Announcements about meetings and coaches will be given 7 days in advance. So I won't contact you and say, hey, today we got a meeting. It's like 24 hours prior to. You will know in 7 days. That's why it's mandatory. Do not use social media as communication. Once you onboard and partner and we contract with DCVS and Arise, all communication cease from social media. All communication for DC Virtual Services and or Arise Virtual Solutions must be answered within 24 hours of receiving a message and notification. And this is on business hours and business days. I don't, the company is not going to stress that you're not replying to us over the weekend. Just 24 hours, business days. Failure to communicate with DCVS or affiliates will result in termination of contract unless notified management about the reason of miscommunication. So our clients has other things to do. We have other things to do. We all business owners. We all got skin in the game. So if you're not trying to be part of it and communicating and doing your part, then we want to move forward without you. It's just not to be rude, but I'm being frank and I'm being upfront with you. So communication. So if the client contacts you, you must receive it. We must know something in 24 hours, right? If a contractor is off or on leave, emails will be responded on the next contracting day, which I meant there in the next business day. Always reply, acknowledge, or AC. A is an apple, C is a Charlie, K is a kilo, CK, and a necessary reply within 3 days and return it. So if it's something like some reminder or something, put acknowledge or something like that. But if it needs some explanation, please explain accordingly and move forward. Questions or concerns, follow directions and procedures that we mentioned in a video. If you got any questions or concerns about onboarding and incentives, it's human resources at partnership with DC.com. Certification and production is management at partnership with DC.com. Emergencies include tech issues. It's Skype, Deamber Bernard at DC Virtual Services at Outlook.com. Again, feel free to check our website. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and things of that nature. And again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Feel free to check us out again at www.partnershipwithdc.com. And welcome to the team. And let's create an economy virtually. Bye-bye now.